You know when you accidentally bite into a jalapeno seed and your mouth immediately sends a 911 signal to your brain?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it feels like real physical fire. But what if that fake fire alarm is actually the key to a whole cascade of medical benefits? Today, we're doing a deep dive into the health science of jalapenos and their active compound, capsaicin.
Yeah, there's a lot of ground to cover.
We're sifting through a stack of clinical trials, meta-analyses, and massive cohort studies to separate, culinary myths from medical facts. Okay, let's unpack this.
The craziest part about that jalapeno burn is that it isn't thermal heat at all. I mean, it's a chemical illusion. It comes from compounds called capsaicinoids binding to a very specific receptor in our bodies, known as the TRPV1 receptor.
Right, I like to think of the TRPV1 receptor as the body's biological fire alarm. The pepper trips the wire, and it literally tricks your brain into thinking you are physically overheating. So
Exactly.
your brain just panics, right, and turns on the body's cooling and calorie-burning systems to compensate.
What's fascinating here is how direct that pathway is. Activating that receptor throws your body into a mild fight or flight mode, which scientists call the sympathetic nervous system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not just making you sweat, it's inducing thermogenesis, which simply means your body is revving its internal engine and burning stored fat for energy to fight a fire that doesn't actually exist.
Wait, so if my body is burning energy to fight a fake fire, does that mean I'm burning actual calories just sitting on the couch eating salsa? Can I just eat endless jalapeno poppers to lose weight?
Well, based on the most well-known and trustworthy clinical data we have, yes, but there's definitely a ceiling to it. Rigorous meta-analyses show that capsaicin reliably increases energy expenditure by about 50 kilocalories a day,
Okay.
which aids in a modest weight reduction of about half a kilogram over time.
Hang on, 50 kilocalories a day. It's what, like half an apple? Is that even enough to make a real dent in weight loss, or are we just looking at statistical noise here?
And that is the exact issue with the salsa myth for weight loss. The clinical trials showing those reliable metabolic benefits use standardized doses of 10 milligrams or more. But a fresh jalapeno only contains around zero point 0.5 to 7 milligrams of capsaicin.
Oh, I see.
So you would have to eat an uncomfortable amount of peppers every single day to actually hit that target.
Though the sources do point out a pretty clever dietary hack, right?
Yeah.
Capsaicin is lipophilic, meaning it acts like a chemical stowaway that needs fat to hitch a ride into your bloodstream.
Right, exactly.
If you eat jalapenos with healthy dietary fats, like, say, the avocado and guacamole, you significantly boost how much of that compound your body actually absorbs.
Yeah, without that fat, the compound just passes right through you. The absorption rate absolutely plummets.
Wow. It makes complete sense that tricking the brain into feeling heat burns calories.
But how does that exact same fire alarm receptor somehow treat chronic pain? I mean, it causes pain. It's all about overloading the system. The highest quality evidence shows topical capsaicin is incredibly effective for osteoarthritis and neuropathic pain.
Wait, really? Like by putting it on your skin?
Yeah, by constantly triggering that fire alarm receptor with a concentrated cream, the capsaicin eventually just burns the alarm out. It completely desensitizes the nerve endings.
So it essentially mutes the pain signal traveling to the brain.
Exactly. And the effects of that receptor don't stop at just pain relief. The observational data on spicy food and human lifespan is wild.
Yeah, we are looking at massive cohort studies involving over 500,000 people, right?
Over 500,000, yeah. They consistently show that regular consumers of spicy food have a 12 to 25% lower risk of dying from all causes, particularly cardiovascular diseases.
Okay, a 25% lower risk of dying is huge. But how does eating a spicy pepper actually protect your heart?
Well, it comes back to that TRPV1 receptor. When it's activated, it promotes the release of a compound called nitric oxide in your blood vessels. And nitric oxide acts like a biological relaxant. It dilates your blood vessels, which lowers blood pressure and improves circulation. Add in the fact that capsaicin reduces systemic inflammation, and you really have a potent recipe for long-term cardiovascular health.
So what does this all mean for the best way to actually eat them?
If you want these benefits, the food science data is super clear. Fresh and raw is absolutely best.
Right, because boiling them or subjecting them to intense heat breaks down the plant's cell walls.
Yeah.
And that lets the capsaicin bleed out into the cooking water.
Exactly. You literally lose the very compound you're trying to eat. The verdict across all these trustworthy sources is that jalapenos are a powerful health adjunct.
Yeah.
They are a fantastic addition to your diet to support vascular health and metabolism, but they aren't some standalone magic cure.
Which brings us back to that biological fire alarm. If our bodies evolved to translate the painful chemical burn of a pepper into pain relief, improved blood flow, and potentially a longer life, what other mildly painful biological stressors out there might actually be hidden shortcuts to human longevity?
That is a great question.
Definitely something for you to chew on next time you're reaching for the hot sauce.